Voters will head to the polls to decide runoff elections in 3 Republican races. WRL's Laura Levine joins us from Chavis Park in Raleigh with what folks will be seeing on the ballot when they get out to the polls today. Laura, good morning.
Jeff, good morning. The polls will open at precincts like this one here very soon. We're going to see those voters head this way to cast their ballot for today's primary runoff election, which features the statewide Republican races for state auditor and lieutenant governor. And that's because both positions attracted lots of candidates in the March GOP primary, and no one got above 30% of the vote. In the 13th Congressional District, which wraps around the Triangle area, voters will decide between Smithfield attorney Kelly Daughtry and former federal prosecutor Brad Knott. But Daughtry ended her campaign just days before this runoff, so her name will still appear on the ballot. Some voters may have trouble supplying a photo ID because of a processing backup at the DMV. State Elections Director Karen Brinson-Bell says those voters will still be able to vote using a provisional ballot.
There's actually an exception for that on the exception form, so we could help them that way, or potentially they may have another acceptable form of ID.
And just a heads up for voters in Orange County, Jennifer Moore, she withdrew from the Board of Education race again just days before this election, so her name will still appear on the ballot as well. Laura Levine, WRL News, we are live in Raleigh.
Polls for today's primary runoff election close at 7:30 tonight. I know there's a little bit of confusion with this, but you can find your sample ballot as well as your polling location and information about each candidate on WRL.com. Just search vote. We'll have the results after the polls close tonight on WRL and WRL.com, as well as our news app.